I see more bearded women at Walmart than I do at the fair. The good thing is, because I'm a cat, I will land on all four. I'm sure. And I've got 9 chances, so I'm better than you.
It's the We'll Fix It in Post podcast with Gnarly Charley and Rick McNeil.
All right, it's a great day to be out. Maybe not a great day to be out this high. Whoa, what's happening?
Well, I think they're loading people up.
Oh.
I know, it doesn't feel like...
we
are
be
moving
still.
a lot, aren't we?
Everybody be still. All right, so Charlie had what he thought was a great idea, that we were going to come to the King's Fair in Hanford, and we're going to get on the Ferris Wheel. Sent me a picture of it last night. Didn't look nearly as high as it seems now.
Well, the other thing, too, I forgot that I am a little scared of heights, too.
Well, you are the cowardly lion.
Yes, and apparently... Well, can we discuss this lion look that we've got going today?
I mean, Charlie just on his own went and got his face painted.
That's not
I don't
what
understand.
happened. We had a meeting. He was going to do Minnie Mouse or Mickey Mouse. He was right there with me. And he did the old you go first, and then he ran. He ran.
No idea what he's talking about. But, okay, Charlie.
Can you tell I've got cat face?
Charlie's been doing this all day. He keeps going.
Oh, furball.
Don't make me laugh this high.
Just the idea of being on the Ferris wheel sounds great, but actually being on the Ferris wheel, it makes a little bit of noise. There's some squeakiness.
Yeah, it's not as fun as I remember.
No,
I wasn't on the Reba side of 300 pounds before when I enjoyed going on the.
Wow.
But here we are.
We got to thank Hellman Sons Entertainment, though, for amusements.
Absolutely. So
Hellman Son in amusement.
And it's worth noting that for the King's Fair in Hanford this year, they stepped in and said, we're going to bring everything you need to make it the best carnival attractions ever. These are the same attractions that you will see if you go to the EDC Festival in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Or many other festivals all around the West. And so it's pretty cool. So I will say this. The King's Fair is a really affordable gig this year because you just pay for parking, you come in free, and you can save your money for the food and the rides.
I'm kind of going as the Lion King of the King's Fair, but I'm lying if I told you I felt comfortable and safe because there's a little bit of wind up here high, and I am legitimately nervous.
Okay, do it for me just once. Put 'em up, put 'em up.
Put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up here. Hey.
Are you afraid of a rhinoceros?
If I only had some courage.
You're supposed to say a rhinoceros, impossimus.
Impossimus and rhinoceros. Is it okay?
Are you afraid of a hippopotamus? No, I'd beat him from top to bottom.
I beat him from top to bottom. Yeah, put up your dukes. Hey. So, is it our hippopotamus? Wait, what's a hippopotamus? Hippo. How do you say the
hippopotamus?
Hippopotamus. Now, are they just really cool potamuses? Or is it a hippopotamus? Is a potamus a thing? And a hippopotamus is just a really cool potamus. And there it is. It took only, less than 4 minutes for Rick to look at his watch and say, I wish I wasn't here.
How was the Toby Keith show? I meant to ask you.
The Toby Keith, the tribute show, it was awesome. And the guy that does the tribute, his name is Hollywood Yates. He's also a famous bull rider, so like bullfighter, real rodeo clown. He's hilarious, but when he's saying should have been a cowboy, he really is a cowboy, and he did know Toby. They were friends.
Yeah.
And man, he pulled it off, and he was very cool up front, saying, "I'm not Toby Keith. I'm not trying to be Toby Keith. It's a tribute to my friend Toby Keith."
I love that.
Yeah.
A lot of people ask me about that show. There was a lot of buzz about it, right?
Yeah, no, it was good, and that's one thing we when you go there, Toby Keith's not with us anymore, but it sure felt like, I don't know, like his spirit was there.
Whoa.
Yeah, you're not singing. They stopped the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
I was married to a girl, her maiden name was Ferris. And I'm like, wouldn't it be ironic if this never mind?
I told you, didn't I tell you on the last podcast that I knew somebody who ran away with a carny?
Oh, that's right.
Remember that?
Yeah. Well, it's not the same anymore. Like, honestly, Helm and Sons, they've changed the climate of, I think, a fair. You know, it's seems like it's not like Runaway with the freak show like it used to be in the 30s and 40s. Is what I think. You know, I see more bearded women at Walmart than I do at the fair.
I've seen more at a family reunion than I do at the carnival.
Exactly.
All right, fair enough. Hey, while we're up here high, what are we looking at? It's Hanford over there.
Oh yeah, you got to see everything. There's Visalia, Tulare, and there's the ground.
The airport is behind us.
Oh, that's right.
We've done a couple of fireworks shows out here with Classic Rock Station for a while. It was pretty cool.
You know, when you ever been in a plane on 4th of July? I was thinking that the fireworks were gonna shoot by the plane. They're so far down. Like when you're in a plane, you're like, that's it. It's when you're there in person, it feels like they're way up high. But they're probably just about the size of Ferris Wheel.
Sometimes I feel like everything you described to me happened when you were 10 years old.
That's pretty much where I pull all my stories from.
What are you going to do for the 4th this year? Now, on the 3rd, we're going to be at Riverway Sports Park. We've got Mackenzie Carpenter. What are you going to do on the 4th?
Well, hopefully I'll be patriotic out a little bit, and I'll be, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to overeat and blow some stuff up is what I'm going to do.
Do you have family traditions?
We used to, but then when California went safe and sane, which I understand because it's dangerous, I don't care about lighting fireworks myself now.
Because they're not the fireworks that they used to be.
You don't have to really run. You don't have to run.
Yeah. Growing up in Mendota, we used to if we ended the 4th of July and everybody had the same amount of fingers, it was a success.
Someone's losing a finger. In the old days.
Yeah, in the old days.
An M80 is a quarter stick of dynamite. That's the only reason I learned fractions. A quarter stick of dynamite.
Was to measure out the dynamite.
4 of those is a stick. I learned that.
I love that. I love that. Hey, so we may as well let everybody know it's time to bring it out. We are going to go back to Yosemite this year.
Yes, I'm so excited. The Tenaya Lodge.
Yeah.
It's right on the outskirts of the main entrance to Yosemite.
Yep, right at Fish Camp.
So do the bears know that, oh wait, I'm in the National Forest? Well, no, I'm not. There's no fence.
Yeah.
So
they're protected. It's like Smokey and the Bandit crossing the county line.
Yeah, they don't know.
Literally, Smokey and the Bandit. All right.
Well, this is going to be big. We're going, so who's coming then?
Vincent Mason.
Oh, yeah.
His a great new artist on MCA Nashville, and he is going to come play the show. We've had a great time. We've had Dylan Carmichael, we've had Randall King, we've had Neon Union this year, brought to you by Smoke and Barrel Firearms again. It is going to be Vincent Mason and Brendan Monroe.
I know Brendan. I love that. And Vincent, he was at Stagecoach. And I know some local people here, for whatever reason, they couldn't get to the Vincent Mason part of Stagecoach, and they wrecked their whole trip.
Is that right?
So they're hoping they win. So
this is going to be a good time. So we go up on Monday, and then Tuesday morning, the Gnarly Morning Show is going to be live from Yosemite. And then Charlie goes back and takes a nap.
Yeah, it's kind of what I do. It's accidental sometimes.
Yes.
But
and then everybody starts arriving at about, what, 2 or 3?
Yeah, 2 or 3, and we check everybody in. And Brendan and Vincent, they'll probably hang out and have dinner with us and have a show and then hang out with us afterwards.
Yeah,
so.
And then we go back to the lodge, and then the Wednesday morning show is from Yosemite as well.
Yeah. You know, we're actually helping the fair, I just realized, with shoplifters. I believe someone just tried to steal a snow cone down there. I'm going to put that in the report.
All right.
But this okay, Yosemite, it's happening at, when's the month that we should be preparing?
So it's going to be in August. But we are going to give away the tickets in July. We're going to give away, and when you win, you get a one-night overnight stay at the Tenaya Lodge.
Yep.
You'll come up on Tuesday for the show. Free barbecue, free show, and spend the night, and then,
Do bears eat lions by any chance? Should I be nervous? Because she said it's got permanent. This is permanent ink, so I might have this for the whole summer. Is what I'm. Ouch! We have the summer. We got lots of things going on, and I like that we're getting ready for Yosemite.
I want to talk to you about awkward hugs.
Awkward hugs.
So you and I, have we ever hugged? Yeah, I've hugged you.
Yeah. It was,
Yeah. Yeah,
we weren't hammered either. It was
No, we
like
weren't hammered.
it was a man.
We're manly men who can say I love you
Yep.
and give a hug.
Yes.
So the other day, Don Grapetti comes in.
The owner of our station.
Owner of our station. I worked for Don for 11 years, right?
Right.
And he comes in, and a relative of his is in my office.
Okay.
And so they give a quick hug, right? And then he turns to me, and jokingly he raises his arms like he's going to give a hug, and I went in for it.
Is you took it.
I took it.
You took
right.
advantage of the
I took
of the
advantage
situation.
of it, and then so he backed up. But then I was like, I'm committed, and he's like, oh, Rick's committing. I better commit. But then I backed off.
Did you
and
bump heads or anything?
it was the most awkward thing ever. But it turns out, because I'm like, well, we got to finish this. Don's a great hugger. I've been working for Don for 11 years. Don and Shelley. Shelley, I know, is a great hugger.
But Don, you weren't aware of it. It's
Yeah.
a skill.
I told somebody this morning, don't put a flare out because I'll light it every time.
Well, I'll tell you, my mom and dad both are horrible huggers. They used to put their arm around you and slap your back, like bam, and I go, I said, you guys, a hug's supposed to feel good. That hurts. Are you just trying to quit it before we start this thing?
Right.
You're my mom and dad. Ow.
Is this
ow.
like, I love you, son, but don't get too comfortable?
Yeah, like, hey, you're not going to stay here. You don't
Yeah.
put down an anchor. We are not staying in this hug position.
So I've noticed this in the last 15 years. Country artists hug a lot.
Yeah.
We have hugged people who I've never met before. Have hugged me. Keith Urban, great hugger. He smells amazing. Chris Jansen, great hugger.
What does Keith Urban smell like? Was it an Australian scent or is it more of
He
a
smells
timber?
like patchouli or something.
Oh, so
He
he's got
smells
a
like
little
what? I don't know
hippie-
what patchouli smells like.
Like you
but
feel like you're in downtown San Francisco in one of those hippie shops?
smells like Nicole Kidman.
Like a Nicole.
No. He smells like patchouli.
Yeah. Sometimes I think some of the artists I've noticed, I think Lee Bryce smells like chainsaw oil.
Yeah.
Yeah. And timber.
Ask me sometime what Ty Herndon smells like.
Yeah, what's Ty Herndon smell like?
No. No.
Like, okay, if you were to see someone in a movie get in a Ferris wheel like this, get out and walk around like the cops were chasing them, you wouldn't think nothing of it, but that's got to be petrified. I would be scared to death to crawl out of this.
What?
Because this whole thing would be shaking, and then you're strapped onto it. I mean, this isn't even that high compared to stuff they do in movies.
I wish you would stop talking about the height.
Yeah, Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise strapped himself to an airplane, and it took off.
Have you seen it, by the way?
I've not seen the new one.
I went to go see it. First weekend out, I went to go see it.
And?
And I loved it. It's
How
fantastic.
many times they ripped their face off and it was someone else?
I don't know. That was not the thing that shocks me anymore
Oh,
about a movie. So
that was
but
like
remember,
the first.
this is like a 30-year relationship we have with Mission Impossible
That's
movies,
true.
right?
That's true.
So
Started with Risky Business and all the way to Mission Impossible.
yeah,
It's getting gusty up here and they're pausing. So,
it is windy up here.
What's
Feels-
the over under my crown falling off during the filming of this?
Feels like it was. You know, we were saying it seemed like a good idea. I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say it was a fucking stupid idea. What are we doing up here? You know, let's find the two heaviest guys in the station
And put them up as high as they can go.
in one single car.
Does it make that noise normally?
You know that thing that you get when you feel panic rising from the bottom of your stomach?
Yep. That's why I'm not looking down.
What does that feel like? Asking for a friend.
Oh, man. That noise, I don't like that noise either.
Yeah.
When the machine's going, ow.
I'll tell you, the bravest person here is Hector.
Yeah.
Like, how did Hector look at us and go, I don't know what size shirt these guys wear, but I'm going to get in this car with them.
He didn't even ask, what's the weight limit per car?
He didn't even ask. I was waiting for Hector to ask.
I mean,
I was wondering it, but
well, the good thing is, because I'm a cat, I will land on all four. I'm sure. And I've got 9 chances, so I'm better than you. Oh my gosh. I think I just used 6 lives just getting in this thing.
that's the best. That's a drop the mic moment right there. Oh my God.
I can't even eat any food here because I'll get mustard all over. Oh, I have yellow face though, right?
You've got yellow face. You can eat whatever you want. Charlie finally has a good excuse to lick himself. All right,
It's like chocolate.
So, did you ever broadcast starting like in the 80s, I used to broadcast at night. I worked nights, and I used to broadcast from 7 to midnight from the Fresno Fair.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of the thing.
Did you ever do that?
I did the fair. I did 2 weeks at the fair one time. They didn't want to send the jocks out, so they sent me there, and every hour I did a cut-in. But that's when CDs were relatively a popular thing, and I got to where I was trading like CD singles to Edie Brickell for corn dogs. I had a whole racket going.
And soft tacos. So we had so I worked every weeknight at the fair and one weekend shift for years and years. I did that, and I was out there, and it was great because you get to see everybody that you went to school with on one day. You know, at some point you're going to see everybody.
Yeah, it's true.
And I really enjoyed it. And plus you got to really meet a lot of listeners in a way that we don't get to meet listeners these days.
Well, you know, so one time, this was in Fresno, they have that big Paw Paw Theater, and right next to it, for whatever reason, there was a park, and they had a petting zoo. And ZZ Top was playing that night. And Billy Gibbons, or one of the bearded fellows, I think it was the short one, Billy, went into the petting zoo, and the goats were attacking his beard. Because apparently beard is a delicacy in the goat world, you know. And so I had to go in there and like block him from the goat eating. So in a way, I was a hero that day. I saved ZZ Top's beard from a goat attack.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what I love, and I know that you're going to say, yes, you've done this before. I remember the first year they ever did the goat milking contest. I competed many times in the goat milking contest.
I did it over 9 times, and I got to where I was losing every year. And I said, I work for a country radio station, and I made the call out one year for goat, and I had them come down to the station 3 weeks before, and I don't know why it's shaking, but probably just an earthquake. We're fine. 3 weeks before the fair, and they gave me lessons. And then I won it for 4 straight years.
Is that right?
Yep, because it's a technique. And I can explain it to you. So basically, if you have the goat teat here, you take your fingers and you have to trap the milk. Once you trap the milk in,
squeeze
the teat,
it down.
Then you just go like that.
Yep.
But it's weird how simple that is, but you got to, and it depends on your goat too.
I'm surprised you didn't already know how to do that. You grew up in Sanger. You grew up in an ag community.
That's why I was embarrassed. I was actually, my grandpa was a poultry science professor, but you don't milk chickens, right? And I don't know. Yeah, it was a stain. It was a stain.
When you said you don't milk chickens, I started to think about Robert De Niro in Meet the Parents.
Yes.
I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
That was a cat, and that's part of my family. So, yes, can you milk me?
I love that movie. And there's going to be a Meet the Parents 4.
Is it really?
Yep, they're just started filming it, and Ariana Grande is going to be in it.
Oh, perfect. Well, if De Niro stops at moment from having babies, did he just become a dad again at 81 or something? He keeps having children.
Him and Pacino.
Yeah, they're having a contest.
God, get a hobby.
How much Godfather can they make?
Okay, so back to the fair.
Okay, we're in the fair.
What's your favorite act that you ever saw on stage at the fair?
My favorite act at the fair, it might have been, well, I liked the Rembrandts, and they only had one song. It was the Friends theme. And other thing I liked about it is everybody was like, shut up and sing the Friends song. They were just heckling them.
The whole show?
Yeah. But I think my favorite, I saw the Dixie Chicks. I liked that with Terry Clark, both at the fair together. And then I liked the Goo Goo Dolls. I thought they did a great job.
All right, so all of my favorite shows from the fair I saw when I was a kid. When I was a kid and came to the fair. Like the accordion player, Myron Florin from the Lawrence Welk Show.
Oh, okay.
Donnie and Marie. Suzanne Summers trying out her Las Vegas act. The Bobby and Sissy, the dancers from Lawrence Welk. The Mouseketeer, Bobby. And I saw Frankie and Annette there. And I saw Loretta Lynn at the fair.
I got to see Marie Osmond, and afterwards I got to spend some time with her because we hit it off. And as a child, I named my dog Fuji, like the Osmonds did in their cartoon, And for whatever reason, her and I just connected. She invited me to go to her house in Vegas and all this stuff. So, I mean, there was a moment in time where I was texting Marie Osmond, which was just incredible to me. I'm like, I can't believe this.
She's the sweetest person on this earth, isn't she?
Super, super nice. And she was doing Nutrisystem stuff at the time. And I kept saying how all the fair food is Nutrisystem friendly, which it's not,
Right. Hey, before I forget, we're going to talk to Russell Dickerson in a few minutes. So Charlie and I had a chance to sit down with Russell, and we're going to relive some of that for you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We haven't shared on the podcast yet our interview with Cody Johnson, where
that was a moment.
It was definitely a moment, and by a moment I mean a moment where I just wanted to crawl up and.
And you first were like, oh no, this is going. But then he went with it, so that made it better, I think.
Charlie started the interview with, "Hey, so it's kind of like, remember when the president got shot?"
There was a rhyme and reason behind that.
Yeah, no, I know you were going somewhere.
Yeah. But if you could see the look on Rick's face when I said, "Remember when Trump got shot?" and Rick's just like, because politics are really not what we're supposed to be doing with artists.
All right, so Russell Dickerson is coming up.
All right, we're going to talk with Russell Dickerson next.
That's right, Russell, and they've got you hopping today, but thanks for stopping by to see us.
Boom, of course.
You have got this song of the summer. Can I just start by saying that? You've got the song of this year.
Hallelujah. It feels great.
I'll bet it does.
Yeah.
I mean, did they tell you that it was, or were you like, this is the one? Did you know already?
No, that's the funny thing is, like, Bones was my song right before this, and that's the song to me that I was like, dude, this is like classic RD, big old, love epic ballad, which is, like, I feel like I got some of those in my arsenal.
Oh, yeah.
And Happen to Me was just supposed to come out on, when it did, February, whatever. And so we just started doing some videos, just some stupid dance videos, just trying to, get tease it a little bit. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, dude, it's just like, oh, wow, that's 3 million views on just a video of me being stupid. Yeah. And now, now people all over the world are doing this little dance. I don't know what's happening, but it's freaking awesome.
I love that. That is the quote of the day. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what's happening, but I'm having the time of my life.
Isn't it funny though? Like, you think when you were a little kid, that was never on your radar. That'd be a dance. Have a dance there.
Yeah, and like I love all the dances and stuff, but like I'm not gonna take time to learn or do anything that takes.
I'm not Applejacking. I don't care.
No. Right, and that's why I was just doing stupid moves. And somehow the video popped off, and now everybody's just doing stupid moves, and it's just fun and easy.
Well, I think that's what it is that there's something fun about it that it connects with people right away.
Yeah.
And now you have to sell glow sticks at your merch booth.
Absolutely.
Right?
You have to be careful because anything you do could turn into a dance move. Like,
correct.
If you like point, whoa, that's a move now.
Yeah.
Dig
like
a hole.
Dig
a hole.
Yeah. Like the Napoleon Dynamite has come back from the 2000s.
Hey, well, do you find that your fans will tell you what's going on before you know it? Do you find that they are, who did you start to hear about it first? Did the fans take off, or was it people in your management?
No, it was fans for sure. Because we were just like, this song's going to come out in February. Love it. Up tempo. It'll be fun to put in the set list, and it'll be on the album. Yeah. But now, and as soon as it dropped, it was just like, oh, okay.
What's your fan base called? What do you call your fans?
Well, we started. The RD fam is what I've been calling. But as of recently, we are changing the name to Blue Tacomies. The Blue Tacomies.
Blue Tacomies.
Yeah.
Blue
Because Blue Tacoma.
I like it.
That was my second number one,
Yeah.
and it's like it's a staple in my set list. And I was walking out, and there's a Blue Tacoma drove by, and I was like, oh yeah, dude, that's my Blue Tacoma. And I was like, oh my God, what have I been doing this whole time? What have I been doing since 2018?
I seen it. It was right in front of me.
That's right. So we got merch on the way. Blue Tacomies.
Blue Tacoma. I like it.
And I can't wait to see it happen to me live. That is going to be.
Man.
What happens when you do that in a show?
It's the first 3 notes. It's like, like that is what I've always wanted. I want music that hits people that hard that you hear 3 notes and like, yes, this is my freaking jam, you know? And so the fact that you can play 3 little guitar strings and everybody in the crowd, even from the week it came out, it sounds like this has been a hit for
Is that the greatest feeling when they're
ever.
singing back to you?
Ever.
They're just blasting.
That's why I do this.
Yeah.
It's because that's what I did. I went to concerts and screamed every single word. I've been such a music fan and going to see these bands and artists and screaming every word. And that was like, this is why I want to do it.
That's us too, but we never saw an encore. We were always thrown out before the. Hey, thanks for giving us the song of the summer. Sincerely, man, I am just
My pleasure. Thanks for playing it.
Yeah, I'm fangirling over it, but I appreciate you. Russell
Thank you,
Dickerson,
Blue
thanks for stopping
Tacoma.
by.
Peter Tacoma.
The Blue Tacomies.
Go.
This is Ground Patrol.
Major Tom.
Whoa. I have never wanted to be off a ride more. I'm trying to. Do I look nervous? Because I am petrified.
So we had no idea we'd spend 25 minutes going round and round and being scared as we are. You know, we used to go on the zipper. We used to go on the swing. We used to
All
go
day
upside
long.
down.
All day long. Didn't think nothing of it.
Look at us now. Couple of Mr. Magoo's on the Ferris Wheel, terrified.
That one ride, I don't know what it's like, a blender, that thing down there. I rode that when I was like 24, and I've kind of vowed, that's when I realized I'm not meant for rides anymore. I was sick for like 3 days, like vertigo-ish.
Yeah. What
Weird
the hell
shit.
is that ride where you ride in the stomach of the dragon over there?
I don't know. I think it's called...
It's called Belly of the Beast.
Belly of the Beast. It's got to be.
Nice.
Yeah, kids, get in the dragon. You're going to love it.
You're going to love it.
And then I did do the red rings on the Coke bottle, and guess what? No one in the history of America has ever won that game.
I know. I have to tell you though, my favorite thing about the fair, every time I go to the fair, I remember being 15 and going to the fair. My favorite thing was walking up and down the carnival, seeing my friends from school.
Yeah.
That was always just such a great time.
Oh, and they used to pitch dimes, and you would win glasses. And my parents were very Southern Baptist, and I would come home with 7 different beer vendor glasses. And they're like, you can't have these.
And were they like,
but I won them.
Did you gamble, son?
Yeah, I won them. I was not casting lots at the fair.
Yeah.
I threw a dime in there. I earned it.
Wow.
Or ashtrays, my parents didn't smoke, or posters. And all the posters, I didn't realize they were miscut or something. That's where the fair would get them. Because they were reject posters they couldn't sell, but they give to the fair, and then we're throwing darts at balloons with all kinds of pressure on.
Did you ever get kicked out of the fair like you did at Sears?
No, but I should have been kicked out of the fair.
Many times, me
Yeah.
too.
I always wanted to throw a strawberry milkshake off the roller coaster or something, so it looked like someone threw up.
So I'm old enough to remember when there was a Skyway to Tomorrowland at Disneyland.
Oh, yeah.
Once in a while, kids would drop stuff off there, and they would always get in trouble. They were waiting for them when they got to the other side. And eventually, because people are, basically shit, they removed the Skyway to Tomorrowland because...
Oh, yeah, it was bad. My friend Matt was 12 years old from Oakhurst, California. His family, there was a group of 15 people came to celebrate his birthday. First ride he gets on, he does that, spits on people. He is kicked out of the park within an hour of his Disneyland birthday trip with all his friends and people.
Sorry, I can't talk. I'm at a high altitude.
I'm at high altitude live with a lion.
With a lion. That's right.
Have you ever been in a Ferris wheel with a lion before?
Can you feel the love tonight?
Hakuna Matata.
A weem away, a weem away, a weem away, a weem.
In the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. I think we're doing that because we're scared.
I think we're doing that because we know Hector has no idea what song that is.
No, Hector.
Oh, he knows it.
He does not know that.
All right.
He told me he's going to start saying yes to questions because he
Yeah,
always says no.
I know. I think that we've pretty much worn this ride out. I don't feel like I can come up with anything else to talk about while we're circling the Earth at this altitude.
Well, I feel like when all those national heroes women that flew and were astronauts, we're astronauts now too. because we were up high and we did it for America.
Yep.
Yes, we're just like them.
Same.
Heroes. First line in outer space.
Thanks for joining us. We're never going to do this again.
No, and we are not going to fix this one in post.
Yeah.